Right. Okay, so that's a good way. You answered it good. I'm popular online, but I'm not popular
where it counts.
Where it counts. And you actually can see that in there's one chapter in my book where I talk about when I was engaged and we were trying to get a rabbi to do our wedding. We couldn't get one, right?
But you don't even need a rabbi to do your wedding, do you?
Well, my rabbi.
Halakha.
Well, yes, but you need someone to know what to do, and they need to do it well. My rabbi is a tremendous Talmud Chacham. I have my own rabbi. I asked him if he wanted to do the wedding, and he refused because he doesn't want, even at his level of knowledge, to do it because he wasn't trained to do enough weddings, and he didn't want to join the long list of people who think they know what they're doing and screw it all up. And if he didn't know how to do it, you know, if he would, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want to go to an amateur? That's all I'm saying. So based on what he said, I wanted somebody who'd done a lot of weddings.
So as soon as I watched your first video on YouTube, I think it was about Frumi mobiles. I mean, you said, okay, this is someone I can... But even before that Heshi Fried of Frun Sahar put us together and said, you know, you guys need to meet up. I immediately knew that this is someone like Heshi. Like, we all get along with Heshi. Like, Heshi's more socially successful in Orthodox life than either of us. And Heshi will probably get married before either of us. But Heshi is someone that we all feel comfortable with and relate to, that we're all, in our own ways, doing comedy in Orthodox Jewish life.
You consider yourself part of comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it comes out here and there.
That thing you posted on Craigslist tonight was funny. I don't know what inspired you to do it, but that was hilarious.
I am a Malik put me up to it. So.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
This is like the funniest thing. I don't know. Just so random. Tell me if anybody responds to that.
Yeah, I don't think it's very likely. But
well, you might get some random idiot like in China, like, you know, just to make you know what I mean? All right, let's move on to the next thing, okay?
Okay, LA Times article.
LA Times article. You want to bring this up?
What are you talking about? Which one?
Well, there was an article last week about a guy named Rosenthal. And you know about this? When he was taking a hike, this was like over a week ago, and he was taking a hike.
Oh, yeah.
Out in Joshua Tree.
Yeah, and he got lost for 6 days.
6 days, was it?
Maybe 5, I don't know.
I don't know, okay. So he got lost out there, and maybe he was presumed dead, I don't know. But he was out there, and he was battling, like, you know, 120 degrees. I don't know. Remember it was hot like the week before?
Yeah.
And according to the LA Times story, he's Jewish, obviously, but not particularly devout. And what did he do? He prayed. He prayed in Hebrew, summoning up as, and I'm quoting that LA Times article, so, summoning up as much as he could, remember, of the Shema Yisrael, the central prayer of Judaism. So he's out there and he's praying because he's starving to death. He's thirsty, dehydrated, he's wandering around in the desert. And what do they say? There's no atheist in a foxhole, right?
Right.
So he's out there, he's not really devout, and he's starting to pray for rain. Prayed for rain, and 10 seconds later, it rained. Now, we'll believe him that it happened. Why not, right? I believe in miracles, it happened. God listened and gave the rain. And it says, he lay down in amazement, and the drops wet his parched tongue. And here's what he said. He said, quote unquote, there was definitely a miracle. I'm much more religious now than I was. Seriously, I prayed for rain and it rained, unquote. He marveled. Quote, my conclusion is that God is real. Really. I have to tell you, God is real, end quote. And that is what the article says. Now, wow, this is a really interesting article, and we should discuss this. From a philosophical, is that the word? I don't know how you say it. Standpoint. What just happened? So the first thing I said is like I said, was there's no atheists in a foxhole. Jump in if you have an opinion on this.
Yeah.
There's no atheists in a foxhole, so I assume everybody goes out in the desert and starting to die, starts praying. The difference with this guy is that the rain came down.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that God heard him and did give. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah.
That he prayed, God listened, gave him the rain. Miracle, right? I have no problem with that. But what I want to ask him is this. He came to the conclusion that since God showed himself, like there's so many people who say, God, if you only showed yourself, then I'll believe in you. Right? God showed himself. It's clear. The guy even admits that God showed himself. And he says that God is real.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two questions that just like, can I ask them?
Yeah.
What if it didn't rain? What if it didn't rain? Does that mean God doesn't exist? In other words, you ask for God to show you a miracle. You get the miracle, that means God exists. So the definition of God is He who answers your prayers, He who performs miracles, and if He doesn't perform miracles and He doesn't answer your prayers, therefore He doesn't exist. I just want to know. I want to know how that works. Because that is not Judaism, according to me. According to everything I know from the Torah, that's not Judaism. Judaism is you learn the Torah, you think about it, you work it out how this could have possibly happened. You realize that Judaism is the truth, that Torah is the truth, and you follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is much more of
faith.
It is God. If you get me through this,
Yeah.
right, then I'll believe that you exist.
Yeah.
And you become a Christian because Moses, Jesus appeared to me, and he sent some angels to my house, and blah, 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 blah. Now I know that God exists because the truth. I know that God exists because I saw the miracles.
Yeah.
That's a Christian line of thinking,
Yeah.
isn't it? Am I wrong here?
No,
really?
absolutely. Because Christianity is a bunch of Jews 2,000 years ago said, "Hey, we've seen a miracle, and we can now, change things, based on a miracle, the miracles that Jesus did, the miracle of
Right.
Jesus' birth and resurrection. We've seen miracles. We can now base a new religion on miracles, but that's not the Jewish way."
I know. Well, so we're on agreement on
Yeah.
that. This is a Christian attitude that this guy has.
Yeah.
Which I understand because he grew up in secular America,
Yeah, he's going to be influenced.
He's influenced by Christianized form of Judaism, and he goes out there and he gets a miracle, and he's going to be, he knows that God exists. So the second question is, okay, he says, now I'm religious. I want to know that now that he received this miracle from God, the God of the Torah, and when he says he's religious, does that mean he's now going to follow God's commandments, keep Shabbos, only eat kosher, and marry Jewish women? What does that mean?
I doubt it.
God just saved his life.
Right. Yeah, I don't put much stock in miracles, and even if there was one, I don't think most people are going to be affected by them to go to the degree of sacrifice required to lead a Torah observant life.
Because it's not enough that God saved his life.
Yeah, it's just not going to. People forget, and they go, "Oh, maybe it wasn't a miracle," or to lead a Torah observant life is so demanding that out of Orthodox Jews, like 95% of them were born that way and grew up that way. It's very, very difficult to come from not being Orthodox to becoming Orthodox. And some people do it for a few months or a few years and then give it up. But no, I don't think there's going to be much significant move to a Torah observant life because of an experience of the miraculous.
Okay. So basically it comes out one of two ways. Either that guy actually, you're completely wrong, and the guy is from right now.
Yeah.
He's already not shaving his beard.
Yeah.
He's keeping Shabbos. And if so, if the guy really did become from out of this, like he's on his road to become from, then I say, you know what? More power to him. Got a miracle. He identified it as something from God, and he's now giving his life over to God. And I say, I should be half the guy he is.
Well, I'd say that's great. If he wants to lead a Torah observant life now that he's experienced the miraculous, I think that's great. I mean, let's see what's going on a year from now, 5 years from now. But every mitzvah a Jew does is a good thing.
Right. But if he had that experience, that personal experience, came to realization that God exists, now he's going to turn his life over to God, goes to yeshiva, becomes a Rosh Yeshiva, I say, you know what?
Yeah, of course it's great, but Judaism's never going to be sustained by people experiencing the miraculous. It's always going to be a fringe number. And the whole emphasis on Judaism is not on individual salvation, like, oh, now this guy's come to God, whoop-de-doo. The whole point is building up a holy community, and the holy communities don't get created by individuals experiencing the miraculous in near-death situations. So what I care about is the continuation of a holy community, and that's built on rational and disciplined commitment to Torah. It's not built on transcendental experiences in a desert. So I don't really care that much.
Okay.
But yeah, every mitzvah a Jew keeps is a good thing, and
so that's what I wanted to discuss.